Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, going to be talking through some player props I like on Prizepicks for this week's NFL slate for week 13. We're going to be focusing on the Sunday slate for this video, so just looking at props that are happening in the games on Sunday. And I got 3 props that I do like this week, guys, that I want to share in this video. So before we do get started talking through these 3 plays, as always, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, and if they do help you out, make sure you hit that like button down below, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you guys are new to the channel, and if you are new to Prizepicks, if you don't have an account over on Prizepicks, you can sign up for Prizepicks linked down below in the description. Or just when you sign up, make sure to use promo code NOAH, and you will get your first deposit matched up to $100 when you sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code. And also do want to give a quick shout out to Sleeper, because we also have a partnership with Sleeper. And if you guys don't have an account over on Sleeper, you can sign up for Sleeper as well using promo code NOAH. Get your first deposit matched up to $100 over there. Now, if you don't know what Sleeper is, they are an app very similar to Prizepicks, very similar to a lot of these other DFS apps that you see around the industry. But on Sleeper, you are able to win up to 100x your money. So if you're one of those people that likes to chase those high payouts, you are able to do that over on Sleeper. You can build up to an 8-pick entry on Sleeper. You can win up to 100x your money. And Sleeper does offer props that sites like Prizepicks and some of these other sites can offer, because on Sleeper, it's a dynamic payout system. The payouts of a certain prop will change whether you take the over or the under. So that does allow for Sleeper to offer props that can give you like a really high payout. For example, with NFL, you can take anytime touchdown props for like any player. I mean, not any player, but for players that you typically couldn't take on Prizepicks, and you could get like some really high payouts for those. So you can build some really cool entries with some really high payouts over on Sleeper. Again, if you guys want to check them out, sign up, use that promo code NOAH, and you will get your first deposit matched up to $100. But let's talk through this Prizepicks slate for this week, guys. Sorry in advance if my voice sounds a little weird right now. I've been dealing with some sickness, man. I think it's been going around for a lot of people lately. But we're gonna try and push through and get through this video. But hopefully, hopefully I won't have to cough too much. But let's talk through the 3 plays that I do like this week, guys. We're gonna look at a pass completions prop that I like, and then we're gonna look at 2 receptions props that I like. So for pass completions, we're going to take a look at Tua Tagovailoa, his pass completions prop of 22.5, and we're going to take the over here, more than 22.5 completions for Tua. Now, if you look at DK Sportsbook right now, Tua's completions line is set at 23.5 on DK Sportsbook. The juice is slightly favoring the under at minus 125, but this line on DK is at 23.5, and we're getting it at 22.5 on Prizepicks. That's one of the reasons that I really like this over. I also think it's a really good spot here for the Dolphins offense, for them to be able to move the ball down the field through the air. This Commanders defense has just been atrocious against the pass this season. They've been one of the worst pass defenses overall. They're allowing the 6th most pass attempts per game to quarterbacks. They are just outside the top 10 in terms of pass completions allowed to quarterbacks. Teams have been able to move the ball down the field against this Commanders defense very easily through the air. And we know this Dolphins offense is very explosive. We know they are an offense that can move the ball down the field with ease. The only thing that I do worry about here is maybe like a potential, blowout. Like, I could definitely see the Dolphins getting up big in this game. And if they do, maybe they don't lean on their passing game as much late in the game. But you can't typically worry about that in NFL. I mean, it's really hard for an NFL team to blow out another NFL team to the point where like the starters don't even play or something like that. So we can typically expect Tua to play like the whole game. And I think they will be very efficient passing the ball in this game. I could definitely see this being a game where, even if Tua only has like 30 pass attempts, he could still get 23 completions. His pass attempts line, it is set at 34 this week. And if you look at games this season where Tua has had at least 34 pass attempts, he has had at least 23 completions in 4 out of those 5 games. There was one game where he had 34 attempts but only 21 completions. However, there were 2 games this season where he had less than 34 attempts but still had 23 completions. He had 32 attempts against the Eagles but 23 completions, and then he had only 26 attempts against the Broncos but had 23 completions. I mean, he's had at least 21 completions in every single game this season, and he's had at least 23 attempts, or at least 23 completions in all but 5 games this season. So typically we can expect Tua to complete at least like 20, 21 passes. And in this matchup against the Commanders defense that has been atrocious, this should definitely be a spot where the Dolphins are able to efficiently move the ball down the field. And I like our chances of getting 23 completions from Tua. And again, if you look at DK Sportsbook right now, they have this line set at 23.5. So that is the first pick I like for today, is Tua, more than 22.5 pass completions. Next two props I like, again, are going to be some receptions props. First one we're going to take a look at, Michael Pittman, 6.5 receptions. Also like the over here. Now, if you look at DA Sportsbook, Michael Pittman, he is minus 140 favored to go over 6.5 receptions right now. So juice is heavily on the over on this prop. And it makes sense because it's a really good matchup here for Pittman and for the Colts going up against the Titans. The Titans have been much more vulnerable against the pass this season than they have against the run. And if you look at where they rank in terms of receptions allowed to opposing wide receivers, they are giving up the 8th most receptions per game to wide receivers this season. If you look at their run defense stats, though, their run defense stats have been pretty solid. So I definitely think this could be a spot where the Colts are forced to lean a little bit more on their passing game than they are their running game. And the Colts are going to be without Jonathan Taylor this week, so maybe that's another reason they lean on their passing game more since they don't have their starting running back. But if you look at Pittman lately, he's had at least 8 receptions in 4 straight games. He's had at least 8 receptions in all but 3 games this season. And he's had at least 8 targets in all but 3 games this season. So the volume, the opportunity has consistently been there for Pittman. He's had at least 11 targets in 7 games. So he's been getting a ton of opportunity. And even with Gardner Minshew at quarterback, like that hasn't really hurt Pittman. If anything, it might help him. Like Minshew has been targeting Pittman a lot, especially as of late. And this is a really good matchup here. Sportsbook odds are heavily favoring the over on this prop. So I do like this play quite a bit as well. Michael Pittman, more than 6.5 receptions. That will be our second play for today. And then third and final play, I like another receptions prop. We're going to look at Trey McBride, 4.5 receptions. And I also like the over here. So if you look at McBride's game log lately, he has really started to earn a bigger role. He's had at least 5 receptions in 4 out of the Cardinals' last 5 games. He's been operating as their tight end, their top tight end lately, and he's been playing like almost every single snap. Like if you look at his snap counts lately, in Week 11 he played 100% of the snaps. Last week he played 86% of the snaps. And the last 2 weeks have been with Kyler Murray, which I think is a big boost for, or at least the last 3 weeks have been with Kyler Murray, and I think that has really been a boost for Trey McBride because getting Kyler Murray back at quarterback is definitely a quarterback upgrade. Not saying that Josh Dobbs was bad or anything. Dobbs was actually pretty good when he was on the Cardinals, but getting Kyler back at quarterback definitely helps McBride here. And the volume's been really good for McBride lately. 9 targets last week against the Rams, 7 targets the week before that against the Texans, 9 targets against Atlanta. Like pretty much since he has taken over as their number 1 tight end, he's been seeing like really, really good volume, and he's been playing like almost every single snap. He has had one of the better roles that you can get as a tight end. You don't see a ton of tight ends anymore, outside of like Travis Kelce and even maybe like George Kittle or Mark Andrews. Like you don't really see tight ends playing every single snap and getting 7-8 targets besides those guys. Well, Trey McBride has had like a tight end, an elite tight end role lately. He has been one of the better tight ends for fantasy, as of late. And the volume's been really good. He's been racking up a ton of receptions. The matchup here is obviously not ideal facing the Steelers. I mean, the Steelers do have one of the better defenses in the league. But we're betting on volume here. He's favored to go over this prop as well. If you look at DK Sportsbook right now, McBride is minus 130, favored to go over 4.5 receptions. So despite the tough matchup, I like the volume that McBride's getting right now. The role's been really good. And with Kyler Murray back at quarterback, I think that definitely helps McBride. You're just getting a better quarterback under center. That should hopefully mean more efficient drives for the Cardinals. They should be able to move the ball down the field more efficiently with Kyler. And we've seen McBride play really well the last few weeks with Kyler at quarterback, going over this receptions prop in all 3 of those games. So these are 3 props, guys, I like for NFL this week for the Week 13 main slate. If you guys are going to be tailing me on these 3 plays, hopefully we can hit all 3 of these plays and make some money this week. As always, guys, appreciate you watching the video, supporting the content. If you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, make sure you hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And again, if you guys don't have an account over on Prizepicks, you can sign up for Prizepicks, linked down below in the description. Or just when you sign up, make sure to use promo code NOAH, and you will get your first deposit matched up to $100 when you sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code. But good luck this week, guys. Thanks as always for supporting the content. Appreciate you guys a ton. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.